We've all been there. You know you need to eat again, but you can't stomach another plate of chicken and rice for your third time today. Trying to bulk up, especially as a skinny guy or a hard gainer, isn't always the easiest. Today, it's gonna change. I'm gonna give you some of the tips to help me push the calories as healthily as possible. Now, I'm going to assume that you already know you need to eat in a surplus and you need to eat more food. You gotta just shovel down more food. Don't be a baby, eat more food. Okay, yeah, that helps, whatever. You can grow up and be a man and just shovel down food, but when you're borderline about to puke because you can't finish your plate of food, that doesn't help. Obviously, we want to gain size, we want to put on muscle, we want to put on weight, but we don't want to hate our lives. So I'm gonna give you guys some of these things help me that are not like the stereotypical bulking tips, but these help me put on size, so maybe they'll help you. First is breakfast shakes. I'm going to assume you're probably the same age as me if you're watching this, so the school semester just started, which means you have to wake up early, and I don't know about you, but me personally, when I wake up in the mornings, I just don't have an appetite. My stomach like hurts, and like the last thing that I want to be doing is trying to shovel down a huge behemoth of a meal. Now, something you can do to get over this is to make a shake. I find this very useful because I can drink a shake a lot faster than I can eat a whole meal, and it goes down a lot easier. And this just leads me into my next tip, is to try to eat as fast as possible. Now, this may be kind of crazy. This can suck a lot, especially if somebody catches you in the act of just shoveling down food in your face. But as soon as you pick up that fork and start eating, you're in a race against your hormones. Now, without getting too sciencey, leptin is the hormone that tells the part of your brain that controls your appetite that you're getting full. So the faster you can get down those calories, the less time leptin has to tell the brain that you're full. Now, obviously, don't like purge and don't like just shovel down like so much food that you just feel horrible and like a fat, lazy piece of shit and you can't even do anything. Don't do that. But eating really fast and just trying to get it down as fast as possible, you'll feel really full afterwards, but at least you got it down, because at the end of the day, calories are calories. Having all the food on your plate in your belly is better than having half the food on your plate in your belly and half of it you can't stomach, if that makes sense. Third tip is to increase your activity. Now, this may seem counterintuitive. If you're trying to lose weight, you want to keep in as many calories as you can and not burn calories, like stopping doing cardio and all that jazz. It may seem like a double-edged sword, but if you stay on top of your meals, if you follow these tips, then it can help you a lot. The more you move throughout your day, increases your NEAT. And your NEAT is a fancy sciencey term for the calories that you burn outside of your normal bodily functions and your exercise. So things like walking to class, walking to the grocery store, I don't know, all the little movements that you do throughout the day like this, these hand gestures that I'm doing right now, this is all like increasing my NEAT. And it may not be burning a lot of calories, but you're burning calories throughout the day, and this is your NEAT. Now, increasing your NEAT in turn is burning calories, obviously, and the more calories you burn, you have the opportunity to be a lot more hungry. Some easy ways that you can increase your NEAT is try parking further away from the grocery stores, or if you're going somewhere, say if like you're on campus or you have a walk to school, try walking to school or biking to school, or parking farther away from your class, so that way you have to walk a little bit further. You could try to opt for a standing desk. You're standing, but like if you have a standing desk, you're gonna have to move your feet every so often, and you're gonna just burn more calories standing than you would sitting. If you have a dog or a pet, try to take your dog out for a walk more frequently. I try to walk my dog once on the hour, every hour, which I'm not very good about, but I try to walk him more frequently just because he gets more steps and I get more steps, so it's a win-win for both of us. And try to avoid like being stationary and sitting down for like more than an hour at a time. Sometimes obviously you have homework, schoolwork, you're in class, you can't really avoid that stuff. But if you're just sitting on your phone for an hour, you're watching Netflix or you're watching a movie or whatever, try to not be so stagnant for so long. Get up and, I don't know, just change what you're doing and try to be more productive, I guess. The more you can distract yourself from trying to eat all these calories, and you can burn more calories and then eat more calories. Yeah. My next tip is to eat 5 to 6 small meals a day, rather than trying to eat 2 to 3 gigantic meals a day. If you're a skinny guy who's trying to put on weight or trying to put on muscle, and you probably don't have a good appetite. So don't try to force yourself to have a good appetite and try to eat a 1200 calorie or a 1500 calorie meal. That's just not gonna work. You can't do it, so don't force yourself to do it. It's only, you might be able to do it a couple times, but it's not gonna work long term. The longer you go on that bulk, the more muscle you're gonna put on, so you wanna ride the bulk as long as you can. And just because you're bulking, if you're a skinny guy, you're trying to eat all these calories, just because you're in a bulk doesn't mean you have to hate your life and feel like you're gonna die because you ate so much food. Like, we have lives to live, we have things to do. You don't have to hate your life. So try opting for 5 to 6 smaller meals a day. Try keeping them around like 600 to 800 calories, give or take. This is more manageable because it's I don't know, just a little bit easier to put down. This works for 2 reasons. One, it's easier to put down, it's easier to keep down. And you won't be as full, like after eating this smaller 600 to 800 calorie meal, you won't be as full. So next time it's time to eat again in like 2-3 hours, you'll actually be more hungry than you would have been if you ate this huge heaping pile of food. You won't be hungry for another like 6, 7, 8 hours maybe. And this is good because you're giving your body a constant supply of protein, assuming that you're having like at least, I don't know, 20 to 30 grams of protein every meal. If you're having protein more consistently throughout the day, this is really good for protein synthesis, and that's just good for building muscle and gaining muscle, mitigating how much fat you're gaining and trying to maximize the amount of muscle that you're putting on when you're putting on weight. Now, the most important, I know I said at the beginning, I'm assuming that you already know all the cliches of bulking, but at the end of the day, it comes down to calories in, calories out, finding your maintenance and eating more than that. So, I don't care if you think you're doing it right, you need to go ahead and do this with me. Where's my phone? So, take your body weight, get close and personal. Take your body weight, so right now, I weigh about 188 pounds, 188. Take that and you multiply it by 15. Now this is your maintenance calories, 2,820 for me personally. Now let's just go ahead and say that you're a little bit active, you're doing these things, you're walking around, you're parking farther away, so you have to walk further, you've got a standing desk, you're not sitting around for too long, you're being a pretty active individual. Let's do that same thing, but we'll do 16. 188 times 16. 3,000 calories. This is your maintenance. Now, go ahead and tack on 200 to 500 calories, and if you're really struggling to gain weight, just go ahead and tack on 500 calories, boom, 3,500 calories. That is what you need to eat. Obviously, my number is gonna be different than yours if not all of you weigh 188 pounds. Let's say you weigh 170 pounds, 170. We'll do times 16, boom, 2,720 calories. Now, let's tack on 500 calories, boom, 3,220 calories. That is what you need to eat every day to gain weight. So when I started my bulk, it was the end of my cut, so I weighed about 177 pounds. And so that times 15 was about 2,800 calories, roughly. So I ate there for about 2 weeks, and after my cut, my body was really craving like nutrients and calories. So I put on most of the weight that I lost, I put most of it on like pretty quick, within like 2 weeks-ish. And then it kind of stopped. I was eating about 3,000 calories, and then it kind of stopped. Once my body reached homeostasis, it stopped at the 3K, so then I bumped it up to 3,200. Rode that out for a couple weeks, and then I noticed my body weight stopped. So then I bumped it up to 3,700 now, which is what I'm eating right now. And I'm gonna keep eating this until my body weight isn't going up gradually, of course. Obviously, I don't wanna gain 30 pounds in like a month. That's stupid, but I would like to see a steady increase over the next few weeks, next few months. At the end of the day, if the number on the scale isn't going up and your numbers in the gym aren't going up, then you're doing something wrong. So as dumb as it sounds, you do need to eat more, but hopefully some of these tips can help you actually try to eat more without just being like the stereotypical Instagram dude in the comments that just says, just eat more, bro. Just eat more, bro. That doesn't help. Like, what am I? Okay, just eat more. Thanks. I can't eat more. What do you want from me? That's what I got for you today. If you're new to this channel, subscribe. I missed last week's upload because school started and my classes are kind of booty buns right now. So definitely busy, but I'm trying my best to stay on track with everything. If you guys have any questions, shoot me a comment. I'll respond. I try to respond to all my comments. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.